Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Josh. Huge thanks to Josh and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Josh reached out asking for a no-limit, high-powered deck centered around Sauron the Dark Lord, and I was more than happy to oblige him. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Sauron the Dark Lord is a 6-mana, 7/6 legendary avatar horror with Ward. Sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, we amass Orcs 1. Whenever an army we control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts us. Finally, whenever the ring tempts us, we may discard our hand. If we do, we draw 4 cards. Okay, so Sauron is an army in the can, extremely hard to kill, and gives us a ton of card advantage. Now, Josh specifically requested a no-budget list. That means that there will be some very expensive cards in this list. The overall deck list came to about $4,300, but you can build yourself a much cheaper version of the deck by swapping out the more expensive cards for cheaper ones. For example, Force of Will is about $60 right now, but Counterspell's $1, and they both serve the same purpose. The only difference between Volcanic Island and Molten Tributary, other than $750, is that one always comes into play tapped and the other one doesn't. But anyway, before we get to our deck list, we should remember that we want our commander to be more than a one-trick pony. We're playing against 3 other opponents, and they'll all be up to some crazy shenanigans. So, in order to play the game and not just get locked out completely, we'll want some interaction, maybe some card advantage to keep our hands full, as well as some ramp so we can at least attempt to keep up with the green players. Good thing we've got our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. For the past few years, Ultimate Guard's been hard at work finding ways to protect your cards without damaging the planet, and they have discovered it. Boulders, once made entirely of plastic, are now made of 87% renewable resources. They also come in a variety of sizes, including this new Return to Earth 100 card boulder. If you're like me, you have a ton of decks, and don't want those boxes filling up an entire suitcase, then this box is the perfect solution. Find out if your local game store carries the new Return to Earth boulders from Ultimate Guard, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Polluted Delta, Bloodstained Mire, Scalding Tarn, Flooded Strand, Verdant Catacombs, Arid Mesa, Misty Rainforest, Marsh Flats, Wooden Foothills, Xander's Lounge, Underground Sea, Badlands, Volcanic Island, Watery Grave, Blood Crypt, Steam Vents, Morphic Pool, Luxury Suite, Training Center, Shipwreck Marsh, Haunted Ridge, Stormcarved Coast, Mount Doom, Barad-dûr, Bojuka Bog, Field of the Dead, Reliquary Tower, 2 islands, 2 swamps, and 2 mountains make up our land base. Mana Crypt, Jeweled Lotus, Mox Diamond, Chrome Mox, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Indulgence, Talisman of Creativity, Dimir Signet, Rakdos Signet, Izzet Signet, Dockside Extortionist, and Dark Ritual make up our mana ramp package. The One Ring, Rhystic Study, Reanimate, Mystic Remora, Mystical Tutor, Wheel of Fortune, Underworld Breach, Windfall, Notion Thief, Fairy Mastermind, Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Jessica's Will, Bolus's Citadel, and Sensei's Divining Top help us dig through our deck or find answers as needed. Fierce Guardianship, Deflecting Swat, Force of Negation, Swan Song, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Mana Drain, Force of Will, Flusterstorm, Lazotep Plating, Abrade, Snap, Bedevil, Ashiok Dreamrender, and Feed the Swarm make up our interaction package. But we've also got Dauthi Voidwalker, Opposition Agent, and Archfiend of Ifnir as stacks effects to help slow the game down. Cyclonic Rift, Toxic Deluge, Widespread Brutality, Blasphemous Act, and Chandra's Ignition help us to reset the board as needed. Orcish Bowmasters, Saruman the White Hand, Splinter Twin, Deceiver Exarch, Peer into the Abyss, Shieldred the Apocalypse, Orcish Siege Master, All Will Be One, Animate Dead, The Ozolith, Fall of Kaer Andros, and Zealous Conscripts make up the core of our deck, and how we plan on winning the game. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 35 lands and 15 pieces of ramp, right on target. 16 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 17 pieces of interaction, counting our stacks pieces. 5 board wipes. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog, Ashiok Dreamrender, and Dauthi Voidwalker. 1 sudden I win card in Chandra's Ignition. All we have to do is let our army grow large enough and let Chandra's Ignition do the rest. Of course, if we don't want to wait that long, we always have other combos to work with. For example, we've got Blasphemous Act combined with the Fall of Kaer Andros, giving us a massive army capable of one-shotting an opponent. Another fun little combo is Orcish Bowmasters with Peer into the Abyss. But what if we need to draw through our entire deck? Well, for that, we've got Bolus's Citadel, Sensei's Divining Top, and Shieldred the Apocalypse. We just tap the top, draw a card, gain 2 life, put the top on top of our library, then use Bolus's Citadel to play it again. Repeat until we have the correct combo in hand to win the game. Finally, and this one is probably my favorite, we have Wheel of Fortune, Jessica's Will, and Underworld Breach. Not only can we draw through our entire deck this way, we also generate an insane amount of red mana. Do you have a Sauron the Dark Lord deck? What strategy did you go for? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Ignis, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Kevin, Alex, Cookie, Nick, and Borgie. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.